Have you ever wondered what happens when a brand that's all about bringing people together is suddenly faced with a world that's forced apart? Well, today, we're diving deep into the story of After You, the super popular Thai dessert cafe. And we're going to unpack this whole thing using their own words, straight from their annual reports, to see how they stared down a massive crisis and pulled off a pretty incredible comeback.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at them at the absolute peak of their success. Then, we'll watch as the crisis hits and changes everything. We'll get into their survival playbook step by step, then chart that amazing comeback, and finally, we'll pull it all together to see what really makes a brand like this so resilient.
Okay, so let's wind the clock back a bit. Before everything went sideways, After You wasn't just another cafe. It was a total phenomenon in Thailand. And they had a very, very clear idea of where they were headed.
And this, right here, this is pulled straight from their 2018 annual report. This isn't just some fluffy mission statement. Nope, this was a flat-out declaration. They were aiming for the top spot. And honestly, they were already pretty much there.
And the numbers, well, they don't lie. Just look at the growth between 2017 and 2018. Sales revenue in Thai baht shot up by more than 20%. Net profit was climbing right along with it. This is the snapshot of a company that is just on fire. They're expanding, they're growing, and they are cementing their spot as the leader.
And the wind was totally at their backs. As their own 2018 report points out, the Thai economy was booming. People had more money to spend, tourism was about to hit a record high, and everyone was eating out. It was literally the perfect storm for success.
And here's the catch. This was the big, unspoken risk in their model. Their cafes were these buzzing, vibrant hubs. You went there with people. Their entire identity was built on togetherness. And that foundation, well, it was about to get rocked.
And then boom, 2020. The world completely changes. The pandemic hits, and with it comes lockdowns, social distancing. Our whole way of life just gets turned upside down. For a social brand like After You, this wasn't just a bump in the road. It was a direct hit right to the heart of their business.
And the damage was immediate. You can see it right here. Revenue craters, falling from 768 million baht in 2019 all the way down to 620 million by 2021. That's a huge drop. For a company that only knew what it was like to grow, this was a full-blown crisis. So why the drop? It's pretty simple, really. Their greatest strength, those packed, lively cafes, suddenly became their biggest weakness. Government rules meant they were either shut down or running on fumes. And people, they were staying home. The core of their business just vanished, literally overnight.
So what do you do when your main source of income disappears? You could wait it out, or you could adapt. And After You, they adapted. Fast. Their 2021 report basically reads like a playbook for how to survive when your world gets turned upside down. They launched this incredible three-part counterattack. First, they had to nail delivery, which meant creating all new packaging so their stuff was just as good at home. Second, they did something really clever and created a new kind of store inside their old stores. And third, they launched a totally new, faster brand built for this new world. This marketplace idea was just brilliant. Think about it. All that empty cafe space, they turned it into these mini markets, selling their products to go alongside other groceries. It let them make money from their stores even when nobody could sit down, and it started to change how people saw them. Not just a treat, but maybe a place you stop at every day. So the change was huge. They went from being this single-focused social hub to a diversified, multi-channel brand. It wasn't just about finding a seat anymore. Now they were a product you could get delivered, a market you could shop at, and a quick coffee you could grab. This wasn't just a patch, it was a total reinvention.
So here it is, the big question. Did this crazy pivot actually work? Let's jump to their 2022 annual report for the answer, and wow, the numbers are pretty stunning.
Just look at this chart. From that low point of 620 million baht, revenue skyrockets to 938 million just 1 year later. It didn't just bounce back, it blew past their old pre-pandemic record. This proves the strategy wasn't just about surviving, it was about building for the future.
And if you need one number to really capture how successful this was, it's this one, 109.
That's how many locations of their new coffee brand, Mika, they opened. Think about that. In the middle of a global catastrophe for restaurants, they built and scaled a brand new franchise business. That is just staggering execution.
And what's so cool is how they recovered. It wasn't just the old business coming back, it was a true hybrid success. Yes, their loyal fans came pouring back into the cafes. But the new things they built, delivery, takeout, and of course, Mika, those became huge revenue streams in their own right. It's like they now had multiple engines powering the ship.
So, when you step back and look at this whole story, what's the big lesson here? When we dig through the official reports, what does After You really teach us about being resilient when the unexpected happens?
It all boils down to these 4 things. 1. They had such powerful brand loyalty that people were just waiting for them to open back up. 2. They were incredibly agile. They didn't just have good ideas, they actually did them, and fast. 3. They diversified in a smart way so they weren't reliant on just one thing. And 4, they never, ever lost sight of their customer, meeting them wherever they were, on the couch or on the go.
This story, pulled right from the pages of their own financial history, is just a masterclass in adaptation. They stared down the ultimate test and came out the other side stronger and more dynamic than before. It really leaves you with one last thought. After you've beaten a global pandemic, what could possibly be your next big challenge?